guys, Scott with G-Reviews here with the 2021 Toyota Venza Hybrid, and this is the limited trim model. Today we're going to walk around it, show you the interior, which is gorgeous by the way, and take it for a test drive. Let's do it. Check out the moonroof behind me. Now you don't see outside? Now you do. Whoa! All right, let's start off with this beautiful front end of the new Venza. For 2021, it has been completely redesigned, and really, if it looks more like a Lexus, you're probably kind of getting what I'm putting down, because I think it looks just like a Lexus. It's beautiful. Just everything about it. It's very flowing lines. The rims are beautiful. They're 19-inch alloy rims. But let's start with this paint. This paint color is called Blizzard Pearl White, and it is just the nicest paint in the sun. It really sparkles. It pops. What we can do is show you the nice amber glowing right there. It's awesome. The little accent lights there, and then also when you lock the car, you can see that the rear view mirrors there fold back in. So on this particular one, it's got adaptive cruise control, so you're going to have the Toyota symbol like that, and this is also a hybrid. This is the limited model, and it's a hybrid, so you're going to have the blue Toyota symbol right there. Front facing camera, your parking sensors. This one does not have extra fog lights, but they would go right there if you had those. Moving around to the side, 19-inch alloy wheels, which I just think are really nice. They're not chrome, they're more like brushed. The particular tires on this guy are going to be 225 55 R9, and they are Bridgestone branded. Side view mirrors, when you unlock it, they unfold. This is going to have a 360-degree camera, and the camera lens is right there. Just got, like I said, this beautiful paint color. We cannot forget the biggest option on this particular car. It's called the Stargaze Panoramic Sunroof. This is a monochromatic sunroof that will actually frost or become translucent with the push of a button. It's awesome. Stay tuned to see it. The back profile, it gets very tight at the end. We have a deck lid spoiler there. And I love how the rear tail light goes the entire length of the car, which is just, it's really beautiful. It's very thin. Like I said, it's very Lexus looking, but I love it. Looks great. It's got two dual tailpipes there, chrome dual tailpipes. As you can see, they are true, and they're functional there. Down here we have LED lights as well, and your backup lights are here, and those are obviously LEDs as well. Go ahead and pop the back. We hold that. Power operated tailgate. So this is really just basically, the Venza is going to be a upgraded version of a RAV4. If you kind of just think about it that way, the Venza is going to be a fancier RAV4 essentially, right? So the dimensions are pretty much going to be very similar to a RAV4. This one has the Toyota mats all included. We have this little privacy curtain for your rear cargo area there. They also have this really nice rubber mat under here. But if we look under here and pull this up, we're going to have a full-size spare tire, which is really nice. I hate these little spare tire flat kits. I just hate it. I'd rather just change the tire. Just give me the thing to change the tire. So you can either manually put it down, and actually, that's interesting. If you just pull it real quick, it'll actually shut. So moving around to the other side, let's go ahead and check out the sticker real quick. If you can see this, probably not, but it's got a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It has 219 horsepower. That's combined with the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and the electric motor. It is all-wheel drive, but it's all-wheel drive because of the electric motor in the rear. There's no axle or transfer case or anything like that. And it's more for traction. It's not for going off-road, things like that. So the biggest option on this, as I mentioned, is called the Stargaze Fixed Panoramic Moonroof, and that's $1,400. It has a premium paint color, $425. And then it also has a advanced technology package, which includes a heads-up display, hybrid system indicators, rain sensing wipers. So that is what's included on that. But of course, it does have push button start, rear view camera. It has a 9-speaker JBL sound system with a subwoofer, heated and ventilated seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and hop inside, and I'll show you what that's about. So hopping inside the Venza, it does have these door locks. So if you touch the outside of the door, you lock it, and if you touch the inside of the door, it go ahead and unlocks the vehicle. So stepping inside, The door panel is very soft leather. I mean, I'm talking, you know, way better than any truck out there. It's just going to be very soft, very supple leather. I also like what they did here with this nice simple strip. They don't try to put fake wood, which I'm not a super big fan of. They have this kind of cool textured material here. We also have the automatic mirrors that go in and out here. The control for that, you do have 2 memory seating, two different person memory seating there. All of your window controls are automatic. So looking at the seat itself, it does look very sporty. It's got nice side bolsters. This is going to be a heated and ventilated seat. It's very nice. You've got 4-way adjustable lumbar support, which I just think should be standard on all cars now. I love that. You can actually push the lumbar up or down. That's great for people with bad backs like me. We have this nice little Venza applique there. Very cool. Let's step inside and start her up. So again, this is a hybrid, so you're not gonna immediately hear any kind of engine startup or anything like that. Start over here on the left-hand side. So what we've got here is your various controls. So you have your gauges, lights up and down, automatic lights, traction control. That is your 360-degree camera. It says check your surroundings for safety. So what it's doing right now is looking at all of the cameras, and you're looking basically around the car at the curb. You can change the color of the car, which is just really neat. So right now I'm looking around the car. This is really cool. It's just a really neat system. Okay, so that is that 360-degree camera. You've got a heated steering wheel, and then you have your rear hatch controls there as well. All right, so checking out the gauge cluster here. Over here on the left-hand side, we have really a lot of different gauges kind of in one here. So what we're gonna have is the tach over here. It says charge and eco, right? So that is, if you're decelerating, it'll go into charge, basically just filling up the battery a little bit when you're decelerating or using the regenerative braking. The power over here is basically, again, when you're actually stepping on the gas and you're using the engine. In the middle, we have this very nice display. With this very nice display that can show you all sorts of different pieces of information. So you get eco score, just driving support. You have your radio information. You have your energy monitor. So pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic assist, all-wheel drive system. You have your tire pressures. Got our adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, all of those various functions and features. And back up to your hybrid information, digital, fuel economy, etc. We basically just have a standard looking speedometer there. Looks great, no problems there. This is gonna be your standard Toyota steering wheel, and I really like it. It's very soft, very supple, as I mentioned. It's just nice, and it's heated too. You have all of your controls for your adaptive cruise control here, and then you have your different stereo modes there. Something that I mentioned that you may or may not be able to see, you can kind of see it flickering right here. It's gonna be your heads-up display. That's what's down here. Probably in the nighttime, you'd probably be able to see it better, but you've got a compass there, you've got your speed, your gear, etc. In the center, we have this massive display here, which is really nice. It has tons of different features and functions here. So you've got your GPS. Your GPS is very responsive. You can have kind of a dual screen setup, and I really like the landscape, not the portrait. Like so many new vehicles are doing, they're doing the portrait up and down. I really like the landscape because of this. You can have one big screen here for your navigation, and then you can have your radio over here, your energy information, battery, your hybrid. Lots of different features and functions. I love that you can just swipe. Just great system overall. I got obviously GPS, speed limits, all sorts of different things there. Here in the center stack, there's no physical buttons. Well, these are all touch capacitive, right? So every time you touch them, they'd go up or down. I like it. Muscle memory there for just pushing a button, but it looks very nice. It is piano black, and it doesn't seem like it's picking up fingerprints, which is a good thing. And then you have this same texture here as we saw in the door panels, and then way back in here You can see we have USB ports as well as the auxiliary input, and then also we can turn on and off. There's a wireless charging pad right here for your cell phone. Very cool. And then here you have your power button. Different drive modes, you have Eco, Normal, Sport. You got your EV mode on and off. You got your shifter here, and you also have the different sport mode here. You can shift up or down. Here we have these little inserts for taller or smaller drinks. If you have a longer drink, you can just take those little plastic pieces out of there. Or you can just leave them in for a small cup of coffee. And then here we've got our controls for our heated and ventilated seats. So if they're orange, it's heated, and then if it's green, it is cooled. Very nice. Something you'll obviously also see. Where's me? I can't see myself. This is a screen here, and I actually really like it. It's pretty cool. So right now you can see it's just a standard mirror, but as soon as I do this, it turns into a screen. I think that'll definitely take a little bit of getting used to. It's not a touch screen. It's got various functions and buttons and stuff on the bottom that you can do. You've got your 3 different garage door openers, but then you have this little button right there. Now it's just a normal rearview mirror, right? So that's pretty cool. You have different functions there. So open and close this huge moonroof here. Okay, the reason that this is a $1,400 option is, okay, so right now you can see that it is kind of glazed over. If you push this magic button, look at that, guys. You can see right through it now. That is such a cool thing. Watch it again. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Check out the moonroof behind me. Now you don't see outside. Now you do. Whoa! I think that's probably the coolest party trick of this whole car is this moonroof right here. That is so neat option. So, and then you also can shut the entire thing to make it nice and dark in here. But anyway, we'll open that up because we want. And that actually retracts really fast. It's really cool. So now getting over the awesome moonroof, let's go to the center console. Nice soft touch, very supple center console for your elbow there. And then you have a 12-volt outlet down here. All right, so let's close that up. Very nice. And then we have this nice little strip here. It looks great. Got our glove box, pretty standard glove box there. But that is pretty much the front. Let's check out these rearview mirrors. Got a nice little light there. No problems with that whatsoever. All right, so stepping on into the back seat, I have that same soft touch material, very supple, very nice. You have that same cool pattern here. And then you can fold these back seats down and get some extra space into the back, and they do fold pretty much flat. Let's go ahead and put that back up. So this seat in front of me is where I was sitting. And as you can see, I've got plenty of leg room, probably 6 inches. And then headroom. Headroom is a little bit more, I mean, I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9" and I'm almost hitting this. I mean, maybe if it didn't have the fancy sunroof, it might not. It might not be that way, but I do have not too much headroom, but I'm very comfortable. I'll just put it that way. Back here, we have AC vents, and then we've got a couple different USBs down there. We have magazine pockets here and there. And then in terms of cup holders, you got one cup holder here, and then this folds down, and then we have 2 additional cup holders. So you can get 4 different drinks back here. Very nice. And then you do have these little windows in the back for seeing out. So that's that. So let's go ahead and take it for a spin. All right, guys. So we're in the 2021 Venza here, and we're gonna take it for a little spin. So out of all the Toyotas that I've driven so far, I would say that this has the most tech in it of any of. Between this awesome moonroof, this rear view camera, there's just a lot here. There is a lot of different features and functions that are just like really neat, and I'm sure they come right out of a Lexus. It shows you kind of the battery and the different functions of the hybrid system. I can't get over, this is like kind of different, the rear view mirror, and it's nice that you can switch from the normal rearview mirror over to the screen. It's not just a one-size-fits-all type of scenario. All right, so right now we're in sport mode, so it's going to be all-wheel drive, the electric system, as well as the 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder. So the engine's running right now. I'm seeing in my tachometer, we've got the needle going in between eco, power mode, etc. I've got the air-conditioned seats, ventilated seats going. Feels great on my back. It's a little bit of a warm day today at 75, 80. It really can move with the electric motors. I mean, 219 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at. Overall driving dynamics in sport mode, at least the steering is tight, feels good. I can feel through the steering wheel. I feel pretty high up. These rear view mirrors are absolutely massive. The outward visibility is very good. The C-pillar is a little bit restrictive in terms of your view, but overall very good. So even if you just lightly tap on the brakes, it's going to regenerate some of the electricity, which is just really cool. This is going to be a top of the line model, so it's got pretty much every bell and whistle you could ever want. Or it's got a speed limit right in your gauge cluster, so it knows the speed limit of the road based on the GPS. Your steering wheel is, of course, electronically adjustable, like any top of the line model should be. If we put it on over into manual mode, in the gauge cluster, it'll give you what gear you're in. Although I really don't know what it's doing, because this is a CVT, so it doesn't actually have gears. So just kind of bear that in mind. It's not going to be a sports car, but I will say it is peppy. It is very peppy. I like it. My wife already said she liked it, and I sent her a picture of it. Kind of funny. So now that I've got the battery up a little bit, hopefully I'll be able to use the EV mode only, and we'll see how that works. Very easy car to drive. We're definitely higher up than a typical sedan. Very easy to get in and out of, you know. That's a little joke from Top Gear from back in the day. All right, so let's try EV only mode. All right, now I think we're in EV mode. As long as I don't step on it too much, we should be able to maintain EV only mode. So right now the battery's not on, we're just using the motor, and we're going 20 miles an hour. Oh no, the engine kicked back on. So I guess the EV only mode is good only for probably around 20 miles an hour. We have a 453 mile range. All right, so motor just started back up. I love watching the little energy system. So the engine kicked back on, charging the motor, and also the electric motors are actually going. Sometimes the engine will just kick on and actually won't drive the motor, or yeah, drive the motors. It'll just be there to put energy back into the battery. If you like big rear view mirrors, you'll like this car. I believe it's 25 miles an hour is the max for EV only mode. If you have driven a RAV4 recently and you like the new body style for the RAV4, this platform is based on the RAV4. So if you like the RAV4's dimensions, its size, the way it drives, this is just going to be a step up from that. It's going to be a RAV4, it's going to have all the same features and functions, but it's just going to have kind of that top tech that a RAV4 just isn't necessarily going to have. I mean, this moonroof is just, it is so cool. I can see myself definitely using it, because you can shut the moonroof, you can totally shut the shade. You can totally shut the shade, but then you're not letting any kind of ambient light in. But you also have kind of like this little medium ground here where it's shaded but not open. But then if you just push the button, you know, now you can see outside, you can see the sun, all that good stuff. So really cool option. It's $1,400, but sweet option. Another thing that I noticed about this rear view mirror, it's a really good screen. It's a very good screen and a very good camera. There was a dump truck behind me and I saw the guy picking his nose. You typically never really see that unless you had, you know, an actual high quality camera back there, in my opinion at least. That about wraps it up for the 2021 Limited Venza, and this is, like I said, the hybrid model. We'll go ahead and review a few other Venzas, but like I said, this one is that really beautiful white color. And but that about wraps it up. If you guys have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments down below. Please give this video a big like and a big thumbs up. If you would, turn on those notifications for future videos. There's a lot of awesome content coming, guys. The 2021s, they're just now starting to trickle into all the dealerships around Massachusetts, and I will do my very best to get you all the latest content and latest reviews on all the latest vehicles from Ford, from Toyota, from any other car brands that you guys might want to see. So anyway, subscribe with your reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone.